See a magic trick? Watch this. And packing. I just like panic clean for, a good 10 minutes to make it so you couldn't see the mess of me packing, only to see that I am sitting perfectly in front of it. It is week 9 of trying to monetize on YouTube and cannot believe it's about to be double digits, which just blows my mind. Blows my mind. But this last week was week 9, and it also was a little bit thrown off. There is a reason, past Claire, we sat down and made this entire plan to follow and told ourselves we were going to follow through no matter what, and that we were not going to get distracted unless it was really worth it. And I do think the script freebie was extremely worth it. I just need to remember when you focus and do that much in a little bit of time, how much recovery sometimes you need. Which is why not only this video, but this past week was a little bit different for me. Sometimes I like surprises and sometimes I just want to know what's going on. So you might have noticed this monetization episode is a bit longer than I usually make them, because instead of making that meeting with myself video its own content clarity episode, I decided to bring it into this video today. Why? I didn't end up finishing filming it, to be honest with you. It was a video that I wasn't planning on actually making. So I had just finished up my wrench number 1 of the script freebie just to toss in another one of throwing off my whole video schedule. Wasn't very smart or well thought out, but that's okay. So what I've decided to do is wrap up what I did get into a nice little package about what this meeting was, why I did it, and what it helped me accomplish, so that if you're feeling scatterbrained, or if you try to have a meeting with yourself and you end up just staring at your whiteboard or piece of paper, maybe seeing my thought process will help you get through that. So that is what will happen at the end of this video, which is why it's a bit longer if you're wanting to watch that. Before I get into that though, I want to go over what we normally go over in this video, which is the monetization journey. I just want to check in with the numbers pretty quickly and then get you on to that meeting, because to be honest with you, I kind of need to do it again already. Not quite as intense, not nearly, not even close to as intense. But with that being said, let's go ahead and see where we're at with those analytics. This past week was the least amount of videos I've ever posted, starting with just one long form and then no shorts, not one. But how did that affect my numbers overall? I still grew in every category. My subscribers went from 315 to 330, which is an increase of 15. Quite as much as last week, but we'll still take it. My watch time went from 110 hours to 144 hours, 3 times as much as last week, with only one video being posted. My total public short views had the most growth that I've seen. They went from 24,000 to 32,000, which is a growth of 8,000 views without posting any shorts. I might not have posted a ton of videos, but I still saw growth, which just goes to show something I know I've already said before, which is just post the video and keep up with what you can keep up with. Take a break when you need to and just try, experiment, and see what happens. Because one of the biggest things I talk about is consistency, which I didn't stick to at all, and still saw pretty significant growth across all of the numbers that I'm trying to grow in. That's last week's recap. I normally include kind of next week's goals, but since I added on the meeting with myself video, making this video longer than it normally is, and I'm traveling, this week is also going to be different. My goal is to post a content clarity video on Thursday, and other than that, enjoy my travels while balancing creating content. A whole thing in and of itself. I am going to go ahead and get on with this Sunday. I hope you enjoy the chaos that is the meeting I had with myself earlier this week. I'm going to do a mini version of that right now before I hop into making dinner. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day as well. Well, now I don't know if I should finish the video right now or after trying to bring both these videos together when I definitely didn't plan on doing that, and I am rushing to do it. I have decided I want to say a few things and then let you go to the meeting. The first and most important thing is I recorded a little bit of an intro for this video though I really tried to focus on just having a meeting with myself. But the intro, well, I didn't try to record a little. I made like a whole montage. Anyways, it's definitely made for posting it on Thursday when I'm posting it now, but I didn't finish editing it until today. You'll find out why in the meeting. And so yeah, there's not a very smooth transition from this video to that video. So here's a harsh transition. Last week, I decided to reprioritize my goals at the last second. So I went to have a meeting with myself to regroup and move forward. And when I went to do that, I realized I'd slightly burnt myself out. I needed a break, which ended up spilling into Monday as well. Now cut to Tuesday, and it's time to get back into it, which for me starts with feeling ready for the day by actually getting dressed and doing my morning routine. Then finally having that meeting with myself. But first, coffee, of course. Okay, now that we have coffee, we can get going, get started. There's a lot going on up here, making it really hard to get going on anything. And for someone who is an overthinker and is a perfectionist, it can't be jumbled up here. Nothing will get done out here. So it is time to clean up all this mess. I have a process for doing that. And the first step to that process is having a meeting with myself because then the phone is over there and I can't be on it. It's really easy to get distracted with. So that's helpful. The second thing is just getting everything up here out. I love whiteboards. I'm going to use this to do that. The first category I keep thinking about is the routines and schedule I usually keep up with as a content creator that fell to the wayside last week. So I need to play a little bit of a catch-up game. This will be things that I just need. I don't know why I'm explaining what catching up is. It's kind of obvious. I think, is that everything I need to do to catch up? The blogs, the videos, the shorts to long, and then, yeah, I think that's everything. When I was writing this next list, I was all over the place. But as you may have guessed from the category headline of it being called deadlines, I'm just trying to write down things that actually have a due date tied to them so I know when I need to accomplish them by. And I know I overthink it. So this video is aimed towards my other overthinkers who feel completely overwhelmed by all of these things. But you can figure it out. You just need to figure out a system that works for you. This is what works really well for me. Oh, we get a visitor. Hi. This meeting continued on for quite a bit longer, and I ended up writing 2 more lists. One is the fun stuff that I've been putting off, including painting these patches on the wall, as well as projects I don't need to work on now, but would love to work on soon. That's where we're at. I did not force myself yesterday. I took more of a break. I was relaxed. I did do some painting during the day. I went and got a massage because it was going to expire if I didn't. It was already paid for, so I should. So yeah, yesterday was the day I wasn't going to force myself to do anything because I did that. If you don't, what I'm trying to say is now it's time to force myself, even if I don't want to. How am I going to do that? Is I need to be a little bit inspired to do what I want to do. So before I jump into anything like, I'm going to look and see if there's anything I can do that I enjoy. After a little bit more overthinking, I marked the things that I would enjoy doing, as well as a few things that I need to do based on deadlines. Since it'll take a while for my videos to upload so I can create shorts from them, I'm just going to hop on the computer real fast and do that. After some computer work for just a second, I decided to do some of the crafts and fun things that I've been putting off so that I can get inspired and motivated to continue working. Starting with gluing on a rock I painted to a screw so I can hang a painting on it later, but it won't just be a boring screw showing. Then I definitely got distracted for way too long trying to untangle these binder edges. But once I was able to pull myself away from that because of pure frustration, I got back to my original task of touching up the walls. And if you're wondering what this is, I brought it up because it is a binder, which is why I found these binding edges I got frustrated with. I'm going to use it a little bit later, but I did not realize that everything was moving as much as it was. I am recording myself from now on when I want to actually get things done because it's almost been 30 minutes and I'm done. I took a moment to update the board to reflect what I had done and some next steps that I need to do based on what I had just accomplished. I need to do what I have been avoiding. Now it's time to go back to the computer. Although I lost my coffee during all of this, and I don't know where I put it. Can I leave it in the basement? Nope, it's right there. I think I wouldn't forget where this thing is, but Lily is so cute. Okay. I spent the next 20 minutes working on 2 of my catch-up task lists, which felt really good to have off of my plate. We've gotten a lot done. Like I said before, I just need to record myself every time I want to actually do things. The only other thing I do need to do is add the blog tasks to my weekly task list, but my phone's about to die, and I really want to start uploading all of this footage to the cloud so that it can get to my computer so I can start editing it and getting it into my editing software. So I'm going to take a break from filming myself doing all of this while the phone is charging. I proceeded to talk to myself for about another 5 more minutes before I decided to get back to work. What I didn't expect was how much time it was going to take for all my footage to upload, because I didn't realize how much footage I had actually taken. I will say this is why I usually plan out my videos a little bit more, but I decided to experiment with this one and go with the flow and film as I go, which again resulted in way too much footage and way too long of an upload time, which, if you guessed it, also resulted in a very long editing time. So to fill you in on what I did not capture, I just continued to cross off things based on how much time and motivation I had, as both of those started to slowly go away. This method of meeting with myself, and more specifically recording it, ended up being an extremely helpful method for me to get a ton done and stay focused. Rest is really important, and my productivity is not equal or devalue or have any effect on your productivity. Again, remember, yesterday I did nothing, got nothing done. So didn't even get any of my painting done. So the other thing is just like roll with it. If you are in the mood to keep going, keep going. And if you're not, don't. I'm in the mood to keep going, so I'm going to keep going. That was a fun rant. So next thing, you are doing this by yourself. We are heroes. This is a lot.